Hey now, welcome back to the Girard City Podcast. It's been a few months since our last one. We had the summer off for our friends here at TCTC. Want to get people updated, first of all, on what's happening downtown, city of Girard. We have recently signed a contract with a group out of Beaver, PA called Town Center. They have taken inventory of all of our buildings downtown, so you can actually go see some of that on a link at downtownproperties.net/Girard. downtownproperties.net/Girard. The Town Center Group has taken inventory of all of our buildings downtown. It will show how many are actually on the market right now. You'll be surprised to see there's not as many on the market as there are empty buildings. So part of what they're going to do is help us get those empty buildings on the market and help us get businesses moved in. So it's money well spent. Our downtown focus group has met with them recently, last week, and they're pretty excited about the program. So we'll keep you posted on that progress. Big part of the downtown revitalization plan is the theater, the old Wellman Theater. So just to let you know where we're at with that in that process, we have our architect will be giving us should have the final plans in place by January of 26. Currently, we have spent money on asbestos remediation, and we have more asbestos remediation to do, but we'll be doing it from the top down. So the next thing we do there will be the roof. But we're going to wait till we get all the final plans in from the architect. But it's exciting. We've got a few $100,000, $300,000 or $400,000 in the kitty right now to work with. And we'll be looking, we've already signed a contract or a memorandum of understanding, and we'll be getting a contract together once we have the final piece from the architect. We'll do a contract with the Millennial Theater Company, and then we'll start looking for some foundation money for the arts. So it's exciting, and that KO Consulting will be helping us with that process. The Farmers Market, today is Thursday, October, the 16th? And this is our final farmers market of the year. We have 32 vendors, I believe, signed up to be there tonight from 5 to 7. We'll also have music from the Dead Flowers. It's a Girard group that's very popular, and they really do a great job. So farmers market, Kyle Carey will be there with his food truck. I highly recommend one of his Wagyu burgers. That's what I'm eating for dinner tonight. And it's gone amazingly well. We're getting feedback from the vendors that this is their favorite farmers market. And a lot of these people have been doing these farmers markets for 20, 30 years. Excuse me. I think part of what we do is we offer them service. Like, we have our recreation workers there to help them when they're setting up, to help them when they're tearing down. They're cordial, friendly, asking if there's anything else they could do. I think the vendors really like that. That's something they don't get in any other communities that they're working in. So another new project that we've got going on, it's actually started last week, about our disc golf course in the Liberty Park. We are running a disc golf in the dark tournament, ongoing last week, and it'll be going on for another week or two. And that happens from 7 to 9, and then we'll be moving it back to 6:30 to 8:30 as it gets a little darker. But very successful. We had about 50 or 60 people show up last week for it. It's dark, and the discs glow in the dark, but because it's in a park and it's very secluded, we make sure that we have police presence there. So we want to make it safe for people to come down there. And police have done a great job of making sure they secure that area for us. I want to talk about zoning. Uh, Zoning is probably the worst issue we have in Girard as far as having to get people to take care of their properties. One of the biggest problems is our zoning ordinances are so old and outdated and antiquated that we have hired outside consultants to come in and just tear it down, and we're going to rebuild it. So they've had to research over 70 years of zoning ordinances, working in conjunction with our comprehensive plan, and then establishing a new zoning ordinance, which is going to be much stricter, and will give us a better chance of enforcement. The problem we have had is we've got this zoning ordinance, we send people out and we write people up for not taking care of their properties, and then it goes to court, and the judge has told me many times that he's got to give us better ordinances that are enforceable. He can't, there's no teeth in these ordinances. So that's one of the things we're looking at doing to get us to the next level we want to get to. And this will also be helpful in our downtown area. Our downtown area will be much improved by getting some of those buildings and getting some of the owners to take care of those buildings, or we're going to take drastic action from there. So that's where we're at with our zoning right now. And then that'll also help us in our neighborhoods. I think it's time now to talk about our business of the month, which would be margaritas.
My name is Jorge Carreño, owner and operator of Margaritas Grill. We took over an old restaurant that was called Little Pepinos in 2022, and we opened Margaritas on 2007. I'm sorry. We took over in 2026, and we opened in 2007. I'm an immigrant from Mexico, and when I came to the States in 2003, my first and only job was an Italian restaurant. So I learned the cuisine. Then I was offered to open up a restaurant, and that's the cuisine I knew. I didn't pick Girard. When the offer was made to me, it was because my father-in-law, John Simeone, had this building for sale at that time. And he promised the owners of Little Pepinos that whenever they wanted to sell the business and the building, he will buy it back from them. He sold it previously as a real estate to them. And that's why we stayed in Girard, because the place was here and the opportunity was here. First of all, I want to say thank you to the city of Girard, Liberty, Niles, Mineral Ridge. They have treated us really good. They have been good to us. It's been 18 years since we opened. And what I can say is just keep supporting us. We're a family-owned business. We do our best for the community. Our clientele is based on the community, so we just want to give back to them and have a brand that when people talk about Girard, or they recognize margaritas, and when the people talk about margaritas, they recognize Girard.
Jorge at Margaritas, what a great guy. I highly recommend the gorgonzola salad. I eat there once a week for lunch, and I love their food. I've brought people from other areas to lunch there, to dinner there. They all love it. I have a friend that lives in North Carolina, and he can't wait to get up here when he comes up 2 or 3 times a year to get a pizza burger. So, you know, I can't say enough good things about Jorge. He does so much for the community. He supports the Girard City Schools. He sponsors the football program. He's the year-long sponsor of Girard football, which is pretty impressive. Between margaritas, and his other restaurant, El Jefe, which is a real world Mexican restaurant. It's doing really well right now for us as well, and a beautiful building. So thank you to Jorge and our friends at Margaritas. Next up, I want to just point out our employees of the month. First one is Domenico Simone. You know, Domenico started off as a part-time worker in our recreation department, and he showed great work ethic. And so when it was time to hire for labor in the wastewater treatment plant, he asked me if he could interview, and of course we said yes, and it was a no-brainer. He's been a great worker. He's interested in getting all of his licenses for water and wastewater, and he's a young man. I don't know if he's even 20 yet. He's probably around 20. And I told him, Domenico, there's a lot of guys going to be retiring here in the next 5 to 10 years. By the time you're 30, you could be running this place. So he's motivated, and he's done a great job, and he's going to continue to. And he's a hard worker. When he's not working there, he's out cutting grass, or he's working banquets for Sforza and Carmela Catering. So he's not afraid of hard work, something I don't see a whole lot of sometimes in some of our young people. But the young people we've hired in our community for recreation and for our new workers have been great, and Domenico is top of the class. Our other employee of the month, so we had 2 months we used because we've been off for a few months, but our other employee of the month is Jenny Weiss. Jenny's a clerk in the police department, and Jenny, she was nominated by Captain Chris O'Brien, and Jenny is on the front lines of people coming to pay their tickets. And so I'm sure she has to listen to a lot of people venting, etc., and she does it with a smile on her face. She's always a pleasant person to talk to, and she's timely and professional and handles herself really well, and so we couldn't be more proud of Jenny as our other employee of the month. Upcoming events we have, Christmas in the Park is is a big event for us. We have the volunteer women's group called Girard ACT, and they do a lot of the work in conjunction with Mike Cardero and our recreation department. Last year was really successful. I wasn't quite sure how it was going to turn out, and the day of the Christmas in the Park, it snowed like crazy, and the women were really concerned about it, but as it turns out, it turned into like a Hallmark card. It was beautiful. Once again, Mike Cardero and the Girard ACT women really do a great job of decorating Todd Park. It's beautiful. There's going to be even more Christmas lights up there this year. I think they had the electricians there the other day to make sure we have enough power to put more lights in the park. We want to make it as beautiful as possible. We want to keep those lights on 24/7 during the holiday season. And that Christmas in the Park will be on Saturday, November 29th. And I know some of you are going to say, well, my goodness, that's the day of the Ohio State, I don't want to say it, Ohio State versus that team up north game. And so that game's at noon, and Christmas in the Park starts, I think, at 5 o'clock. So you have plenty of time to get your football in and make it and bring your kids or grandkids down. Christmas in the Park. There will be plenty of food, fun and games. We're going to have sleigh ride this year, thanks to my friend Patrick Rubinik over at Nightline sponsoring the sleigh ride. Thank you, Patrick. And the police and fire will be there giving out toys to kids. We're going to have a lot of free stuff for kids. And there'll be stuff that the adults can pay for as far as food vendors. We have 26 vendors signed up already, which is way more than we had last year. So it's going to be bigger and better than ever, and it continues to grow. So we're looking forward to that. Mark your calendars, November 29th, Christmas in the Park. we're going to start a Civic Pride Award. I announced this on at a council meeting probably 3 months ago, and we want to get it started here. Probably going to start it after the holidays, but we're going to do that in conjunction with my friends here at TCTC. We were just talking about that before we got started today, and having kind of a community spotlight here, and pointing someone out that really goes over and above in the community, and that's part of the Civic Pride Award. So I've got my friend Patrick at Nightline working on making some signs for us. If you get picked out by our administration or by a city council person, I should say, sorry about that, Lily, you'll get a sign in your yard saying, you know, you represent civic pride and you represent what we want this community to be all about. So another award we're looking at is, and this is something that was near and dear to my late nephew Sal Ponzio III's heart. That's Simple Acts of Kindness, and we're going to put together a Simple Act of Kindness award, and that's people that, you know, they know how to do the right thing when nobody's looking. You know, people that you can always count on to do the right thing, to do the right thing for other people, without looking for recognition. You know, hey, and if someone wants to look for recognition by doing simple acts of kindness, then God bless you, to go for it. But we're going to be keeping our eyes open. Don't know when that's going to happen, how it's going to happen. I kind of want it to be a surprise when it does happen. So, but it's on our back burner, moving rapidly to the front burner, and we'll be putting that together real soon. A couple of points of interest here. I want to make sure everybody remembers to get out and vote. It's very important, that first Tuesday in November, to get out and vote. I did miss one thing in my agenda here, which was new businesses, and I wanted to make sure I pointed that out. Probably was the first thing I was going to get to, and I forgot. But the old Rite Aid, I've talked about it in the last one or two podcasts that I had somebody looking at it, but I couldn't say until it became final. So it's now final. They've bought the Rite Aid building for I think $1.5 million. And they're going to be moving in. They started to clear it out. It probably won't open till the fourth quarter of 26. So we're a good 9 to 10 months away from it. And it's called Kids Dental. And these are wonderful people. I will tell you, from the moment we started talking, I've spent my lifetime here in Girard trying to do more for kids. Whether it was coaching, whether it was announcing the football games or whatever, and basketball games. But so this was a great match. When they heard about, my background and what we do here in Girard, we're all about kids and helping kids. This group called Kids Dental is here to serve a population that's underserved. They're underserved. Pediatric dentists are hard to find, and especially ones that will take Medicaid. These guys have done their homework with the state of Ohio to see if they get reimbursement from Medicaid. So there's an underserved population that's going to get served by Kids Dental. Great people. The CEO is a dentist. They're out of Arizona, southwestern part of the United States. They've had 40 of these locations. We will be one of the first 5 to open in the state of Ohio. There's going to be one in, I believe, Maumee, Springfield, Cuyahoga Falls, and Hamilton. And those places will be getting Kids Dental, but the one coming to Northeast Ohio in the Mahoning Valley is going to be right here in Girard. Kids Dental CEO, Dr. Brad Roberts. The last virtual meeting I had with him, you know, he showed up and he had a Yankees hat on, and I said, well, I've got to teach you the way of the world here, Doc. So I bought him and sent him a Ohio State Buckeye hat, and he took a picture of it and texted it to me. So great people. They're also going to offer mobile dentistry to our schools. They'll go to the schools with their mobile setup to help kids out. So need more people like that, more organizations like that in our community. Don't forget to visit the Girard Free Library. They offer so many good programs. I was there this morning reading to a group of preschoolers. They do reading programs for kids. They do all kind of great stuff. So don't forget to visit them. Don't forget to vote. And if your organization has anything that you need us to publicize for you, we'll gladly do so on our new message board, which is in front of the green in Girard, between Main Street and Klein. There's a message board there, so if you have an organization, school, anybody wants to advertise anything, give us a call and we'll get it up on the message board. We can put it up on our website, and you know, anything else we can do. And one other point I want to make: at this last meeting of council meeting on Monday night, we gave a proclamation to Chris Duran, the guy that's responsible for this podcast. So I want to make sure we pointed that out, because he was honored in the state of Ohio for an award for Technical Career Center Teacher of the Year, and rightfully so. There's a waiting list to get into this class that does this media center class, and he's an awesome guy who does more in the community than people will ever know behind the scenes. Besides being a little league coach and officer running the baseball leagues, softball leagues, he you know, I have a daughter who's a kindergarten teacher, and he's been videoing her kindergarten classes and putting videos together at the end of the year to give to all the kids in her class, get a video that Chris personally does. And it's no wonder Chris has had 4 girls go through my daughter's kindergarten class. So just a great person and a great individual. And everybody, if you see Chris and if you know Chris, stop Chris and just tell him thank you. Thank you for what you do for Girard. And that's it for me for today. And this is me reminding you, if you can't play a sport, be one. Thank you.